Can't decide between buying a Nerf Stryfe or a Nerf Regulator? I've done my testing and I've come up with my decision. This is 10 solid reasons why the 2014 Nerf Stryfe is much better than the flagship Modulus blaster of 2017, the Nerf Regulator. What's going on, everyone? My name is Legit Bread. If you don't know me, I make Nerf videos. That's what my channel is about. If you support that and you want to help me out, click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all this Nerf goodness. So let's jump straight into this with number 10. The Stryfe is less prone to jams. From my testing from using these blasters, I found that the Regulator can be more sensitive to the type of darts or mags that you use. For example, if you have a dart that's protruding just a little more than it should out of the mag, the Regulator is just like, no, stop everything, and it just powers down. And the thing is, if you do get a jam, this jam door isn't the best. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna open, oh no, sorry, just let me just, oh. This jamming issue doesn't really happen often, but it was noticeable enough for me to mention it in this video. But to repeat, this is just from my testing, so I don't know if this can be applied to all Stryfes and all Regulators out there. Number 9, it takes 4 AA batteries to power up the Stryfe, and it takes 6 C batteries to power up the Regulator. That is just a very big disadvantage because C batteries are more expensive and they're heavier, so the Stryfe just wins when it comes to batteries. Number 8, loading up magazines in the Stryfe is smoother than the Regulator. Sometimes if you insert a mag too slowly inside the mag well, it kind of catches and then you won't be able to fully insert the mag in unless you give it a good push. However, you can avoid this if you just shove in the mag really quick in the beginning. This thing's just a minor annoyance, but it's still something worth mentioning. Number 7, the Regulator's mag well and mag release button are located in kind of awkward places. For the Stryfe and many other clip system blasters out there, the mag well is closely located to where the trigger and the grip is. However, here it's like 6 centimeters away, so when I started using this blaster, it kind of threw me off. A lot of times I'd be hitting the mag right here instead of where the mag well is actually located. If you're using this blaster and all of a sudden you gotta reload, you have to use your index finger to push on this, and for a couple of seconds you're putting the entire weight of this blaster right on your wrist, right on your fingers. It gets annoying, it's not the best situation, so I just don't understand why the engineers didn't put this mag release button over here next to the mag well like we've seen on so many other clip system blasters. Number 6, the Regulator has a firing time lag. When you pull the trigger of this blaster, the dart doesn't immediately come out of the barrel. It takes like a fraction of a second before the dart's actually fired. It threw me off when I started using this blaster, but I got used to it. I could compensate for it, but still it's a disadvantage for Nerf wars. The Stryfe and practically every other motorized flywheel blaster out there, when you depress the trigger, the dart's already out the barrel like it should be. Number 5, the Stryfe is just packed with customization in respect to its size. It's much lighter and more compact than the Regulator, which makes it easier to carry, holster, maneuver, and sling in a Nerf war or just any situation. And if you look at it, it has 2 sling mounts. You got the barrel adapter, the stock adapter, the tactile rail on the top and the bottom. It has everything that the base model of the Regulator has. And this is just super impressive. It's really hard to beat. Number 4, the Regulator switch fire technology isn't really anything special. If you think about it, the Stryfe and any other motorized flywheel blaster out there can kind of replicate what the switchfire tech can do, but in a much more rudimentary way. As much fun as it is to have all these different firing modes packaged into a blaster, all it's really doing is just changing the rate of fire with the flip of a switch. But with the Stryfe, you can just change your rate of fire by changing how fast you pull the trigger. So if you want 3 dart bursts, you just pull the trigger 3 times consecutively. And if we're talking practicality, the Regulator doesn't really have that freedom of changing the rate of fire like the Stryfe does, because if you want to do that on the Regulator, you have to use the switch. Here you can just change how fast you pull the trigger, which is, in my opinion, a lot easier. Number 3, the Regulator and the Stryfe have practically the same performance. On paper that doesn't sound so impressive, but if you really think about it, the Regulator is a bigger blaster, it's more expensive, it has more powerful batteries, and yet you're still getting the same accuracy, power, range out of this blaster compared to this tiny Stryfe. Number 2, this isn't something that a lot of people might even consider, but the Stryfe has been one of the most beloved blasters of the Nerf community for 4 years now. This is a 4-year-old blaster and it's still still not obsolete. Because of its popularity, there's just so many options and customization for this blaster. You got flywheels, motors, 3D printed parts. There's just so many customization options to make this blaster more fun, more practical, more realistic, anything you want. As an example, I recently pimped out this custom painted Nerf Stryfe with some worker parts and kits. It looked amazing. If you want to check out what it looked like and the process of everything, you can click the card right in the corner and you can check out the video after. Also, if you're interested in buying the Regulator or the Stryfe or other Nerf gear, you can check out my links down below in the description, and if you want to use them, you can help out this channel at the same time, so thank you. Alright, here we go. This is the #1 reason why the Nerf Stryfe is better than the Nerf Regulator. The Nerf Stryfe is much cheaper than the Regulator. Sure, you don't get the same amount of ammo, mags, or attachments, but when you really whittle down everything, a lot of these accessories are just for fun. They're not really practical. The stock is amazing, but that doesn't justify paying $60 for this whole package when you can get a Nerf Stryfe for anywhere between $20 to $30. And to sum everything up, like I said, you got the same performance, customization options. It's lighter, cheaper. It's just the ultimate blaster. Throughout this entire video, it sounds like I'm completely throwing the Regulator under the bus, but that's not really the case. I do think it's fun. I like the attachments, but when it comes down to it, the Stryfe is just so well-rounded that I don't think it's worth getting a Regulator if you don't already have a Stryfe. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and check out my full Nerf playlist right in the card in the corner. Also, make sure you check out these videos on the screen if you haven't already. This one especially, I'm pretty proud of. Like I said, Nerf gear links are in the description. Once again, thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.